High School of North's Class of 2019 Salutatorian, Brianna Soule.
Parents, family members, friends, faculty, and peers, my name is Brianna Soule, and I thank you all for gathering here for this momentous occasion in celebration of the Class of 2019. Standing here proudly as your salutatorian, I congratulate all of my fellow graduates for working diligently to earn their spot here today, and I commend all who have helped us along the roller coaster ride that is high school. Many of you are probably expecting that I'm going to deliver the traditional hallmark version of a graduation speech, but I would like to provide a different approach to the speech, one that examines expectations and realities. Unexpected reality 1. Success is measured not so much by the position a person has reached in life as by the obstacles which the person has overcome while trying to succeed. This particular quote, which can be found on Mr. Ware's classroom wall along with a multitude of others, stood out in particular for me because my journey through high school was not as smooth as one might expect. In August of 2016, my mother gave birth to my brother, whom I cherish, and about 2 weeks later, she had a hemorrhagic stroke which left her bedridden in the intensive care unit for almost 10 days and in an inpatient rehabilitation center for 7 weeks, where she learned how to eat, talk, and walk again. While my mother was recovering, my younger sisters and I were forced to grow up quickly. Together, we helped my father raise my baby brother into the outgoing, exuberant toddler that he is today. And when my mother finally returned home in October of 2016, I had to help take care of her as well. Instead of my mother being able to care for her children, my family and I had to learn how to tend to her. Her left arm being paralyzed and her left leg being debilitated, my mother needed help taking showers, getting dressed, and walking. While most normal teenagers were balancing time between friends and school, I was taking care of my mother and brother while completing school assignments on time, participating in varsity cheerleading and rifle, and holding a part-time job. As soon as my mother got back on her feet, my father got knocked off of his. My father, who is now a retired veteran, served in the Army for 23 years. While serving, he was deployed to Iraq from 2008 to 2009. His job was at the Theater Internment Facility, or TIF, where he operated the daily management of 1,300 detainees. Hence, he was responsible for all 1,300 of them. He was surrounded by 30,000 detainees in a 1 square mile area, making it the largest prison in the world. Every day for a whole year, he had to look the enemy in the eye and treat them with dignity and respect after they had killed his brothers and sisters. As a result of his deployment, he suffers from PTSD. Being a victim of his mental illness, he would often have episodes during which he would say and do things he didn't mean. One of these outbursts resulted in him being arrested, and consequently, he has missed out on many special occasions, including my prom and my graduation today. I hope that soon the VA will be able to help him cope with his PTSD so that he can be a part of my life and my family again. While enduring these unfortunate events, I often felt hopeless and stressed that I wasn't going to make it. But rather than succumbing to the negativity, I channeled these emotions into positive things, such as doing well in school, developing good work ethic, and helping anybody who asked for help or who was in need of it, because I wanted to show my parents, my friends, and especially my sisters that anything is possible when a person is motivated. Although some people tend to give up when life seems impossible, I use these unforeseen events as my motivation to be the best version of me that I could possibly be, and I encourage all of you to try your best too, whether or not you are going through similar difficulties. Unexpected reality 2. No matter what your past is, today marks the beginning of your future, a time in all of our lives that we may become new people, make new impressions, and leave behind the mistakes of our past. Many of you will agree with me that high school is a time which many mistakes are made, such as dating that boyfriend or girlfriend who probably wasn't good for you, giving in to peer pressure, or procrastinating on assignments. Although these numerous mistakes seem awful at the time, they served as lessons which we could choose to learn from and become better versions of ourselves. As sung by Robert Plant in my favorite Led Zeppelin song, Stairway to Heaven, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. As graduates who will further our education at college, join the military, or enter the workforce, we must remember always to choose the path that leads to our success. Unexpected reality 3. We are never alone in the journey of life. There is always someone there who can help us. Most of us probably wouldn't be walking across this stage today without the support and motivation of others. For me, I have many people to thank for my success. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for teaching me to be hardworking and resilient. Thank you, Grammy, for loving and supporting me no matter what. Thank you to my sisters for being strong with me during the tough times. Thank you to my friends, especially Kaylee and Hunterton, for helping me stay positive when I was hopeless. Thank you to my teachers, in particular Mr. Dolph and Mr. DeLong, who have motivated me throughout my high school career, and Mr. Ware, who taught me how to be a better writer and communicator. This speech definitely wouldn't be as well written if I hadn't had the rules of grammar instilled in my mind for 2 years in AP English. Lastly, thank you to my fellow classmates who have opened up my mind to new perspectives and shared many memories with me throughout high school, like cheering on our Timberwolves under Friday Night Lights, dressing up and dancing at prom, and finally walking across the stage to receive our diplomas. Congratulations, class of 2019, and best of luck in your future endeavors.